Mario Kart Direct on April 17th left me with more questions than answers. In typical Nintendo fashion, they were strict on what the media could share. They drip fed a lot of information through the Nintendo Today app, and they restricted anyone from having early access to the console or the game. Now that the game is fully out, and I've had a chance to play this personally for over 10 hours, including playing online with friends, I decided to make a video to answer some of the burning questions that I had after the Mario Kart Direct. If you haven't gotten your Switch 2 yet, or you have not purchased Mario Kart World, this information may help you make a decision on both of those things. I do want to put a spoiler alert in here that I'm going to go over all the new game modes, how to play online, the Rainbow Road and Special Cup, new items, new characters, carts, and unlockables. So if you don't want to hear any of that information, or you rather experience it for yourself, please don't watch this video. And then you can check out the timestamps in the description if you want to skip to a specific section or a specific question. So the first question on everybody's mind is, what is the modes available to you? Is there going to be a mirror mode or a 200cc mode? So I'm going to be honest, there is no 200cc mode in Grand Prix in Mario Kart World at the time of recording. There's always a possibility that this can be patched later on, but at this point, 150cc and mirror mode are the highest modes available to you. According to a user on Reddit, in order to unlock the mirror mode, you have to get 3 stars on all Grand Prix races, 3 stars on all knockout mode races, and beat all the staff ghost and time trials. I have not been able to test this out myself, and so I probably won't be getting mirror mode anytime soon. That's very intense. I don't think it was this hard to unlock mirror mode in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I think this is the hardest version of Mario Kart next to Mario Kart Wii, which was also very difficult to unlock certain things. Once mirror mode is unlocked, you'll have it for both Grand Prix and Knockout mode. So next question that was on my mind after the Mario Kart Direct is, what is the Rainbow Road course and what does the Special Cup look like? So every Mario Kart in the franchise has had a version of Rainbow Road, and they did not, for whatever reason, share this information in the Mario Kart Direct. So the Special Cup is made up of 4 races. So it's Acorn Heights, Mario Circuit, Peach's Stadium, and Rainbow Road. You unlock the Special Cup by completing all of the 7 other cups and getting gold in the Grand Prix mode. You do not have to have 3 stars for each cup, you just have to get gold, which means having the most points and being in first at the end of the 4 races. So I completed all 7 cups in the 100cc, and I was able to unlock Special Cup. Once you've completed the Special Cup for the first time, you do unlock the in-game credits, but keep playing because there's still a lot more to uncover. In my opinion, Rainbow Road is one of the prettiest courses in all of Mario Kart franchise. It's absolutely gorgeous and is one of my top 3 Rainbow Roads across the franchise. Unfortunately, Rainbow Road can only be accessed through Grand Prix, so you can't play Rainbow Road in free mode, free roam mode, or in knockout mode. So the only time you'll play it is when you play the Special Cup and Grand Prix. The next question that I had was, how is it driving between courses? So the new play style with Mario Kart World is, instead of starting at the top of a new course, you actually have a transitional lap where you kind of drive between locations from one race to the next in one cup or in knockout mode. It's not terrible. It was seamless. It's definitely not as jarring as I thought it would be. Most of the transitional laps are straightaways. They're kind of empty. So it's not super challenging. You're kind of clumped up in a line with everyone, and it can be kind of chaotic. I would recommend using items during this transitional lap to kind of help you get to the top of the pack. So using mushrooms, super mushroom, anything to kind of get you going, because if not, you're all kind of clumped up together in the middle. There is no option to skip the transitional lap or that transitional driving between courses. So whether you're playing Grand Prix mode or knockout mode, even if you're playing online, you still have to do the transitional lap. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. It's a little bit of a bummer. I thought it'd be an option where you could skip it in settings, but that's not Nintendo's way. The next question I had was about the carts and stickers and how does that work compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So just as a reminder for those of you who play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, you were able to unlock vehicles, tires, and gliders to customize each kart. And then depending on what size character you picked, between a small character, medium, or heavy, it kind of changed the stats. So in Mario Kart World, the karts come fully assembled. So there is no tires, gliders, individual parts to customize. So it's really the combination of characters and karts that affect the stats. At first, when you start playing, there's only a small selection of karts to choose from. There's about 11 to choose from when you start playing. Um, Coins, of course, just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, to unlock additional karts to choose from. So it's still early in the game, since this just came out on June 5th, and a lot of people haven't really played yet, so I don't know in terms of the meta what the best combination of karts and characters is. This will probably come out over time as more people continue to play, and especially playing online and in tournaments. I don't know if any of you have heard, but there has already been a Mario Kart World Invitational Tournament that's going to be taking place in Tokyo in October, with more information available in July. So I'm sure we'll start hearing more about the meta as we get closer to tournaments coming out. The game also has not gone through its first set of patches that may nerf or buff certain characters, so this might change over time. Just based on how I've played the game so far, it looks like every 100 coins or so you unlock a new kart. So for me, at the 400 coin mark, I unlocked the Roadster Royale. 500 coins, I got Pipe Frame. 600 coins, I got Blasternaut 3. 700 coins was Junkyard Hog. 800 coins was Cloud9. 900 coins was the Biddy Buggy. 1,000 coins was Finn Twin. 1,200 coins was Bulldozer. And 1,300 coins was Mecha Trike, which is the furthest I've gotten so far. There's a lot of opportunities to get coins, so each race now gives you an opportunity to collect 20 coins instead of 10, which is what it used to be in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So if you're playing the Grand Prix mode, you have an opportunity to get up to 80 coins per cup. And if you're playing in knockout mode, you have an opportunity to get up to 120 coins per rally. So it shouldn't take you long to unlock additional karts. And I'm not sure if there's a particular order in which the karts are unlocked or if it's random. Hopefully we'll get more information as people continue to play the game. The next question that I had after starting the game was, what are the things you should be focusing on when you're starting out in Mario Kart World? So I would say there's 3 things you want to focus on if you care about unlocking karts, costumes, characters, and things like mirror mode long term in the game. Number 1, I focused on collecting coins. So collecting coins is the main way you're going to unlock additional karts. Like I said before, it's about 20 coins per race, and there's 4 races in each Grand Prix or 6 races in each rally in knockout mode. So even when you're playing online, whether you're playing in a room made by your friends or playing online with strangers, these coins still count towards your overall total. So collect coins if you can. Sometimes it's just not feasible to collect the 20 coins, especially if you have to go out of your way to get coins. Don't do that, but try to get coins when you can. Number 2, I focused on unlocking costumes. So throughout the map, in different areas of these races, there are these Yoshi drive-thrus. Not every race location has a drive-thru, and not every character has a costume that they can get from that location. Some costumes are unique to certain characters. There's a really great detailed map that I found on the Mario Kart World subreddit. So there was a user by the name of Juan the Movie, and he made a great image that shows you all the locations that have Yoshi drive-thrus and which characters unlock which costume depending on what location you go to. So I thought that was incredibly helpful. I'll include a link in the bio so you can see this artwork and you can kind of use that to figure out what costumes you specifically want to unlock. So that was really cool. This also works not only in Grand Prix mode and knockout mode can you do the Yoshi's drive-thru, but also free roam mode, and if you're playing in lobbies waiting to play online with someone, you can do that as well. And then 3rd, I focused on getting first place in all the Grand Prix and the knockout modes, and eventually I'll start doing time trials if I think I want to unlock mirror mode. I'm not in a rush to get mirror mode. I hope Nintendo will make it to get it, because I'm never great at time trials. I think it's going to be a big hurdle. The CPU in this game are much more aggressive um, than they were in previous games, so it's kind of a challenge for me. The next question I have is what characters are unlockable? So, of course, you have your standard fare of Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, but there are some characters that have to be unlocked by completing different cups in Grand Prix. So, if you complete the Mushroom Cup, you get Donkey Kong. If you complete, and by completing it, that means you have to be in the top three in that cup. So, that means pretty much getting first, second, or third on every race. If you want to get Princess Daisy, you have to complete the Flower Cup, Princess Rosalina from the Star Cup, Lakitu from the Shell Cup, Birdo from the Banana Cup, King Boo from the Leaf Cup, and Bowser Jr. from the Lightning Cup. Now, there are other characters you can unlock. Whenever someone uses the Meek item, it sometimes can shift your character into someone else. So it gives you a lot of incentive to keep playing over time, not only to unlock new characters, but also to get the costumes for each of those characters if you're a completionist like I am. So the next thing that's new to Mario Kart World is stickers, and I wanted to know how stickers work and how does it affect your gameplay. So you can receive your stickers for a ton of different reasons. So I've gotten stickers for collecting coins, driving a certain number of kilometers, racing a certain number of times, performing a certain number of tricks, completing different cups, completing P-switch missions, collecting Peach medallions, and gliding a certain amount of distance. To my knowledge, the stickers don't change anything gameplay-wise. They're just decoration. So if you're just into getting the stickers, you can add that to your cart. It's not super noticeable when you're driving, but it is something you can select when you're in your cart selection menu. So Knockout Mode is a new mode exclusively with Mario Kart World, and it's really different. So I would say that Knockout Mode is like a more intense competitive version of Grand Prix. It's definitely a test of your endurance because you're doing 6 different races and there are no pauses in between, with the exception of those transitional laps between each location. It's very difficult. I will say that this is where I first learned that the CPU characters are like overpowered because they're super. Um, they always seem to have a blue shell at the last leg of a race. So I was in a knockout mode and I was doing great and I was in first place for like 4 of the 6 races. And then when we got to the bottom, they came out of nowhere with this blue shell and it totally set me back. So it's like I don't know how to get 3 stars in knockout mode with the way these CPUs are. And then it's a little bit different the way they string the races together. So instead of all the races being in the same region, they kind of have like a cross the map, cross country feel. So you may start off in a desert for one race and then end up in snow. Like it's kind of scenic almost. It's like a cross country race. I like knockout mode a lot. It feels really competitive, even if you're playing offline just against, the computer players. But it's a challenge. I don't know if they're going to end up nerfing that in the future because it's very difficult. And the last question that came to my mind was how does online mode work? I will be honest, online mode is one of the bigger disappointments if you're trying to play online with friends. Um, there's really no easy way to do this. So you either can create a room with a room code and your friends can join the room and then you just play against, the computer. So like, for example, I played in a room with 4 other friends. So the 5 of us were real life players and then the other like 19 were computer players. It doesn't fill it in with other people from the internet if you create your own room. Now you can try to just enter online randomly and just hope that your friend can get into the same race as you do, but the servers kind of fill up fast, so there's a pretty big chance you won't end up in the same room with your friend. I think that's a lack of oversight on Nintendo's part. It should be easier for you to group up and then go online together without having to create a room. I also couldn't figure out how to make game chat work. I wanted to talk to my friends through game chat versus using Discord because we had created our own room, so we were all obviously all playing together. But I couldn't make game chat work. I enabled my game chat feature They said they had theirs enabled. We tied our phone numbers to it, but I couldn't figure out how to talk. We didn't want to do the video part of it, but just how to talk over game chat while also playing. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. I don't know why Nintendo has such a hard time in making online play fun. I had the same issue with Animal Crossing back when that was relevant, Animal Crossing New Horizons on the first Switch. It was very difficult to chat with people and be in the same island at the same time. It's like, I don't know why Nintendo was so against online play in the year of 2025. But in general, online mode, you get to vote on which cup or rally you want to complete, depending on if you're doing knockout mode or Grand Prix. You can either select the 3 nearest races to where you are in the map based on where you are, or you can select anywhere. Even while you're in online mode, you can still unlock costumes and collect coins, so keep that in mind. Don't waste that time if you're playing online. You can still collect those things. Even while you're online, both the Grand Prix and knockout mode still have the transitional lap where you drive between locations on races. So there's really no way to opt out of that in the settings. But that's overall, I liked Mario Kart World. I have so much more to discover. Just some general tips and tricks I'll leave you with, and then I'll wrap this video up. But 100cc and 150cc in Mario Kart World feels way faster than it did in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And the CPU players are way more aggressive, especially in knockout mode. I'm hoping that they nerf that in the future because it is ridiculously hard to get gold with 3 stars. I'll be honest with you. The game also just overall feels more cartoony. So like if you get electrocuted or if you get hit by a blue shell, it'll say like kaboom, and your character, it'll make this big oversized bubble, like it's very obvious. I kind of like that in the art style though. Something I recommend more, I haven't even done a lot of this, is trying out free roam mode. That's a great way to learn new courses, like where the shortcuts are. It's also a great way to practice the 3 new skills that came in this game. So the charge jump, the rail riding, and the wall riding are new to Mario Kart World. To be honest, these 3 new skills don't feel intuitive. I have not mastered the wall riding. I can't seem to figure out how to time it correctly. Rail riding is interesting, but it's easy to get hit and then fall off, and then you fall off the map. So it's like kind of a high risk, low reward situation. And then charge jump is pretty simple. I will say you do need these skills though in order to be competitive online, and definitely at 150cc, even if you're against the computer players. So keep that in mind. And then just try to have a bit of fun. I mean, it's a brand new game. You know, we've only had it for a couple of days. It's definitely going to be around for the long haul. I anticipate they're going to have some sort of either free content or DLC available in the future. But they supported Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a long time. So it's like, I don't imagine that Mario Kart World, like, this is it, especially with this being their $80 flagship game that they're starting the Switch 2 off with. I can imagine we're going to get a lot out of this franchise and out of this game in the future. So try to have some fun with it. I wish I had more time with it. I have a 9-to-5 job, so I haven't got to really dive in as much as I wanted. But I really want to start doing the Peach Switch challenges and collecting the Peach medallions. But that means spending a little bit more time in free roam mode, which I just haven't done a lot. But there's a lot of opportunities to go back and explore more. There's a high replayability for this game. So just let me know in the comments what tips and tricks you've come up with and anything I might have missed in this video. Thanks for watching.